I've been watching since early last offseason, and I can't believe how fast you've been growing. Thank you, man. I love it. He said, my question is, which team do you see improving drastically over the next couple seasons? Who do you think is making the right decisions as far as coaching, drafting, and signing to set up their team for success in the near future? Right off the bat, the two teams that came to mind for me that I've been really thinking about for a long time are the Arizona Cardinals and the Raiders. I want to start with the Cardinals. I love what they're doing. They have a new head coach, Kliff Kingsbury, who I really like, who's building a culture. Here's the thing with Kliff Kingsbury. The reason why I like Kliff Kingsbury is because Larry Fitzgerald believes in him. Larry Fitzgerald's a Hall of Fame receiver. Larry Fitzgerald could have very easily retired this year and said, here's the thing. If Kliff Kingsbury was a bad head coach, Larry Fitzgerald, who's like in his 20th year in the NFL, would say, I'm done. Like, I'm old. I'm going to retire. I'm not going to work with you. I don't believe in you. I appreciate you. Bye. I think that's what happened with Joe Thomas. Joe Thomas, Hugh Jackson was the head coach of the Cleveland Browns. And Joe Thomas was like, I don't believe in you. I'm not going to work with you anymore. I know I can play a little more. I'm just done. I'm going to walk away. Larry Fitzgerald didn't do that. Larry Fitzgerald chose to stay in the NFL because he believed in Kliff Kingsbury. And guess what happened in Arizona? Between Kyler Murray, the new rookie quarterback, and Kliff Kingsbury, and the culture they're building in Arizona, they've become overnight a fun football team. Last week, Arizona lost to the Buccaneers. I was very disappointed, by the way. I thought the Buccaneers gave them opportunities, and the Cardinals didn't make it happen. There were moments where I was like, man, the Cardinals should win this game, and they didn't. But the fact that I was on the edge of my seat, like all in on an Arizona Cardinals game for the first time in a couple of years, is a big deal. If you watch the Cardinals last year and then watch them this year, they're not winning. Like they're winning a couple more games, I guess. But the big difference is it's competitive. It's interesting. It's fun. And I think the team that's really building themselves and setting themselves up to succeed is the Arizona Cardinals. That's a really tough division where you got Russell Wilson, you got the Rams who went to the Super Bowl the last year, you have the San Francisco 49ers who are incredible. Right now, the Cardinals are the fourth team in that division. They got to make some changes. They got to do stuff good if they want to win in that division. And I don't know, man. What I'm seeing from the Cardinals is good, is heading in the right direction. Of all the young teams with a new head coach and young quarterback, they're the team, the Giants. The two teams that I'm most impressed with are the Ravens and the Cardinals. The Ravens are already good. That's why I didn't put them in this list. But like compare Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen with the Bills. Although the Bills, I like what they're doing. I think they are headed in the right direction. The Cardinals are the team that I'm most excited about, where I'm like, this is a team really making changes, really headed in the right direction. And that actually, while I talk about that, I should mention the Bills. They've got this great defense. They got a young quarterback. I just need to watch the film of Josh Allen because I don't know what to make of him. He's had some bad moments, some good moments. The Bills maybe deserve to be in this conversation. But the other team I'm really most confident about, the one team I really believe that is turning things around and making great decisions from top to bottom from a management standpoint that leaks into their locker room, it's the Raiders. The Raiders are not getting it. I haven't even talked about them all year. They deserve so much more love. First of all, I love their head coach, John Gruden. I think he's the real deal. He can coach, and he's got a 10-year contract, so he's in no hurry. He's doing it his way. He's taking his time and building a solid foundation. They have the coach figured out. They have a good general manager, Mike Mayock, who's doing a good job with him and John Gruden. It works. And then you look at Derek Carr, who for years a lot of people have been very like. I think the truth is I got to do a film analysis of Derek Carr just to show people how good he is. He's not been perfect. He's struggled. He's had highs and lows, and I think after his back injury, he was a little bit nervous about getting hit for a while. Where he was like early in the year last year was throwing balls away. We were like, "What, dude? There's no pressure. What are you doing?" But Derek Carr, don't forget, a couple years ago, he was like the NFL MVP. Like they made the playoffs, and Derek Carr was playing the best quarterback of the year. He was playing better than any other quarterback that year. And I was like, Derek Carr's lighting it up. He looks phenomenal. Then he gets hurt. He misses the rest of the year. They play like, oh my gosh, Connor Cook at quarterback in their playoff game. They got destroyed. It was painful. And my point is that, Jared Cook, what am I saying? I got text that threw me off. A copyright claim. Another one, of course. I hate copyright claims. It's like, I get them every day. It's ridiculous. It's whatever. Like on content where it's just me talking. My point is this, is that Derek Carr is one of the most underappreciated quarterbacks in the entire NFL. He's phenomenal. He does a really good job. He's a true professional, and he's had success in the past where I go, I don't know why Raiders fans have such a hard time embracing him. Like, people are ready to get rid of him and move away. I thought it was pretty clear when they gave him a big contract. He's a franchise quarterback. For whatever reason, they gave him a big contract, and everyone's like, oh, well, no. I'm like, well, he had a coaching change and all kinds of turmoil. My opinion is Derek Carr's phenomenal, and the Raiders organization, I love the way they are drafting. I like the way they're building things. The Raiders are headed in the right direction, and if there's any team in the NFL that I believe really strongly in, the one team I choose is the Raiders. I think they have a great quarterback, a great head coach, a great general manager. They have draft picks in the future, and they're moving to a good city in Las Vegas where I think you're going to make a lot of money and be, whether they're the team that, like, Packers fans are going to go to Las Vegas to watch their team play the Raiders. Maybe they play a bunch of away games in their own city. That's fine with me. The Raiders are going to make a lot of money. They're going to be a home run in Vegas, and I think that they have a Super Bowl at some point in their future. I think John Gruden can figure it out. With Derek Carr at quarterback, with Mike Mayock at general manager, there's a future there with the Raiders that I believe in. And similar to what we saw like 2 years ago with the 49ers, they got a quarterback, they got a head coach, they got a general manager. I was like, hey, for the record, the 49ers are building something. They look really, really good. I thought it was actually next year the 49ers would pop, not this year. But very similar to that, the Raiders are a team that are building something, and there is a future there where they're going to be phenomenal. My name is Zach Schaumler. This is my podcast, Strong Opinion Sports. It's my favorite thing in the entire world. And I want to be very clear, open, and transparent. My YouTube channel is monetized. What that means is that some of my videos make money through ad revenue. Now, it's fewer than you think. A lot of my videos get claimed. But in the past, I've received donations from Patreon and PayPal. PayPal.me/Zach Schaumler. Patreon.com/Zach Schaumler. And so because I'm making ad revenue, it feels weird to just get donations. I wanted to give something back. I want to give people a reward for supporting me on Patreon. So now you can submit questions. If you give me $1 a month, you can submit questions to a pool of questions on Patreon. I look at all the questions on Patreon. I use my eyeballs. I make a joke about it. And I pick the top couple questions at the end of every single episode, and I read them and answer them on a segment called Ask Zach. Now, that's for people who have money, they want to support me. If you have no money to give, I totally understand. I've been a broke college kid myself. But if you believe in me and if you believe in my dream and you still want to help me, please help me grow by telling your friends about the show. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, maybe a screenshot it, you put it on your Instagram story. Help me grow by telling your friends about the show. My name is Zach Schaumler. Thank you so very much, and have a great day.